What led one of the most controversial cars of the 1970s to become a coveted icon for collectors across Brazil? The answer lies in a surprising story of reinvention and perseverance that few know. The Dodge Polara 1800, a model that initially faced lukewarm reception and numerous mechanical problems, went from near failure to becoming one of the most iconic vehicles in Brazilian automotive history. This unexpected journey reflects not only the technological and economic changes that occurred in Brazil during the 1970s and 1980s, but also Chrysler's resilience in its quest to conquer the competitive national market. Let's dive in and discover how a nearly forgotten car found its way back to the spotlight decades later. The Brazilian automotive industry in the 1970s. The 1970s were a time of great transformation for the automotive industry in Brazil. The country was growing, and the rising middle class was seeking more mobility options, increasing demand for affordable and economical vehicles. Meanwhile, major foreign car manufacturers like Volkswagen, Ford, and Chevrolet had already secured their positions in the national market with popular models like the Volkswagen Beetle, Ford Corsa, and Chevrolet Chevette. These cars were known for their reliability and fuel efficiency, highly valued in a time marked by the 1973 oil crisis. It was in this context that Chrysler of Brazil decided to take a bold step into a new segment. Known for its powerful muscle cars like the Dodge Dart and Charger, Chrysler realized that these models, although popular, did not meet the needs of a large portion of Brazilian consumers. So, the automaker chose to adapt a more compact and economical European model, the Hillman Avenger, produced by the Roots Group, a British manufacturer that Chrysler had acquired in the late 1960s. Thus, the Dodge 1800 was born, marking Chrysler's first venture into Brazil's competitive small car market. The launch of the Dodge 1800, a risky bet. The Dodge 1800 was launched in Brazil in 1973 with high expectations. The name 1800 referred to the 1.8-liter engine that powered the vehicle, and it was designed to be a compact, robust car suited to Brazilian road conditions. The car's design, based on the Hillman Avenger, underwent several adaptations for the local market, including changes to the front grille and interior. The result was a vehicle with generous interior space and a well-tuned suspension for Brazil's bumpy roads. However, despite the optimism, the launch of the Dodge 1800 was a disaster for Chrysler. In its early months on the road, the car faced several severe mechanical issues, including recurring engine and transmission failures. These problems tarnished the car's reputation among the public and automotive press. To make matters worse, the oil crisis drove fuel prices up, and consumers began prioritizing cars that were even more economical and reliable, worsening the Dodge 1800's already difficult situation. What was supposed to be a new era for Chrysler in Brazil quickly turned into a series of challenges. The factory was in financial trouble, and the model's future seemed uncertain. The reinvention, the Dodge Polara, is born. In the midst of this turbulence, Chrysler knew they couldn't give up on the Dodge 1800 without making one last effort to save its reputation in Brazil. In 1976, the model was re-released with a new name and a series of improvements. The Dodge Polara. More than just a name change, the Polara represented a rebirth for both the car and Chrysler's hopes in the Brazilian market. Chrysler made significant investments in fixing the mechanical issues. The engine was upgraded to be more reliable and fuel-efficient, a crucial factor in the ongoing oil crisis. With 85 horsepower, the new Polara offered a balance of performance and economy that appealed to consumers. Additionally, adjustments to the suspension and transmission made the car smoother and more comfortable to drive, even on Brazil's challenging roads. The Polara's design also received special attention. The front was redesigned with a new grille and rectangular headlights, giving the car a more modern and robust look. Inside, the Polara featured refined materials and comfort options that set it apart from its competitors, such as more ergonomic seats and an updated instrument panel. These changes marked a turning point in the car's history, and it began to be viewed more favorably by the Brazilian market. Evolution and versions of the Polara. Over its production run, the Dodge Polara underwent several updates, both in design and equipment. One of the most notable moments in the Polara's evolution was the 1978 facelift, which modernized the car's look with a new front grille and redesigned rear lights. These visual updates gave the Polara a more sophisticated air and helped it stand out even more in Brazil's competitive compact car market. Along with the visual updates, Chrysler also expanded the Polara lineup with more equipped versions focusing on comfort. One example was the GL version released in the late 1970s. The Polara GL offered features that were rare in compact cars at the time, such as air conditioning, electric windows, and high-quality interior finishes. These options made the Polara GL a popular choice among consumers looking for a compact car with a touch of luxury. Meanwhile, the simpler versions of the Polara continued to offer an affordable and economical option for drivers who needed a robust, reliable car for everyday use. The Polara stood out for its combination of interior space, performance, and fuel efficiency, ensuring its place in the Brazilian market even with strong competition from models like the Volkswagen Beetle and Ford Corsa. The end of the line and its legacy. Despite the significant improvements the Dodge Polara saw over the years, the late 1970s brought new challenges for Chrysler. The global economic crisis was still affecting Brazil, and high inflation made the automotive market even more complicated. Moreover, Chrysler faced financial difficulties on a global scale, which led to a drastic decision: the sale of its Brazilian operations to Volkswagen, which soon became one of the country's largest automakers. With the sale, Dodge Polara production ended in 1981, after nearly 100,000 units were produced. The end of the Polara marked the close of an era for Chrysler in Brazil, but the car didn't disappear from the memories of enthusiasts and collectors. Today, the Dodge Polara is celebrated as a true classic at vintage car shows and collector events across Brazil. Its journey, marked by challenges, reinvention, and perseverance, has earned a loyal fan base that appreciates not only its elegant design but also its historical significance. The Polara is remembered as one of the pioneers in popularizing compact cars in Brazil, helping to pave the way for future generations of small, affordable vehicles that would dominate the market in the decades to come. A lasting legacy. Although it had a rocky start, the Dodge Polara 1800 managed to reinvent itself and establish itself as an icon of Brazilian automotive history. Chrysler's ability to listen to the market, adjust its strategy, and offer a quality product is a valuable lesson in innovation and adaptation. More than just a car, the Polara represents a time of great change in Brazil, when the country was seeking modernization and the automotive industry was fighting to adapt to the new times. If you see a Dodge Polara at a vintage car show or in the hands of a collector today, know that you are looking at an important piece of Brazil's history. A car that symbolizes perseverance in the face of adversity and the ability to reinvent itself when all seemed lost. The Dodge Polara teaches us that, with the right approach, even the biggest challenges can be turned into opportunities for rebirth and success. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thank you for watching.